Alrighty, we're on?
Yep.
Yep, we're on. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the top of the dome, top of... You go ahead. You know what? I don't really know it. It's a
The
rough
top.
sketch, guys.
Yeah, it's the top of the dome podcast.
Prodcast.
Yeah.
Prodcast? Or
No, it's top of the dome productions podcast.
prodcast? Okay, I
Yeah.
get it. Alright, I'm Yusuff.
I'm Elliott.
Alright, so today we got some news for you. I'm gonna do a small impromptu review. Got a little quiz, and we'll wrap things all nice and tight. So, all right, first, before we get started, a little background. What's something going on with you?
Not too much. Not too much going on over here. Just trying to pause for the call.
What? Pause for the cause. What? I can't pause for the
Hold on,
cause.
hold
All right, I'll just edit it out.
All right. No, you won't. You
I
never
won't.
do.
You know I won't.
uh,
uh,
but we're just starting out here. We're just trying to make sure everything goes all right. We're just
yeah.
trying to figure things out.
What's the pause for the cause? Yeah.
No, I was just wondering. Um, nah, it's not important.
It's not important.
Yeah, it's not that important.
Not important.
Yeah, it's not
All
important.
right.
I'm fine, Yusuf. How are you?
I'm good. Doing great.
That's,
Amazing, really.
that's good to know.
Great, Daze.
Oh
Cookie
my.
for everybody that gets that. Cookie.
No.
Internet cookie. I'll
Please,
deliver
no.
internet cookies to everybody. You don't even get it.
But will they? Well, yeah, I don't accept cookies from the internet. But
What? You don't even get the reference I just made. That's what
I
I'm
get
saying.
the internet cookie thing.
Yeah, but you don't get the reference I made for the earn the internet cookie.
What was
I
it for?
said great, oh Daze.
Yeah, who? Like that sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should sound pretty familiar, considering we just like what was that? Like 2 hours ago. We just saw that video. Whatever. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm done with you.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So let me ask you. Did you get the memo?
What is the memo? What's on the memo?
The memo is the news segment for today, and let's
Okay.
start things off with Boku no Hero Academia. You know it. I know it. It's a pretty popular up and coming series. Well, not even up and coming anymore.
It's just here.
It's here now. It's
Yeah.
had like about 73 chapters.
Yep.
Uh,
Well, has it? I think.
yeah, around so. I'd venture, I guess, around 70 or so chapters.
Yeah, something like that.
So the latest news is Boku no Hero Academia has a 3DS game coming out I think in 2 months or so.
All right.
It
Dude.
looks like a pretty simple beat 'em up game. Yeah, probably only has like 5 characters in it.
Which, if you ask me, is always weird when you put it on a like handheld portable thing. You know?
But they did the same thing for like Magi, Seven Deadly Sins, and a few other series. Like this, I think this is just like part of how good. Let's say not the whole country of Japan isn't marketing this one thing, but in general, I think Japan is pretty good about marketing stuff. Like when something is popular, when it's like well known and all that, they get to marketing it like fairly quickly right away.
Yeah, it is true. That's
Yeah, so I think this is their way of doing like the like just the way of selling it because the anime is coming out pretty soon and it's pretty popular. So I guess they're jumping on the bandwagon just like how popular back in the day. Well, they don't do this anymore. I guess back in the day when popular movies came out, it had video game tie-ins. Same thing.
yo, trust me, they still do that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not in that much in the game market, but it looks kind of fun. I mean, guess if it's because I've seen this before. Like I said, I've seen it with Magi and with Seven Deadly Sins, and I guess there's no problem with it. It's like just the same game type over and over again, except with the skins of these characters.
Weird, awkward, sort of different, sort of not storylines.
Yeah, I suppose if you're like a big fan, it won't hurt you to get it.
Yeah, I guess Japan does always push for the fan bases when it comes to their video games.
Yeah, it's just all fan service, and there's no real problem with that. But next is, and relating to that, there is some new concept art out.
No, alright.
Yeah, and it looks pretty cool. Well,
If not odd.
not we did
It's not what I was expecting. I will say that.
at a studio bones, so the character designs looked not exactly like the art style in the manga, but still respectable. Very good looking here.
I mean, if it's Studio Bones, I trust like the animation. I'm sure the animation is going to be awesome.
Yeah. But actually, what I really like here is the Sero. He looks a lot cooler.
Yes, he does.
He looks a lot cooler here than does in the manga. I don't know why. I don't know how. Especially his hero costume. I mean, his power is still sort of lame, but It looks cooler here. In fact, if you were just looking at this image alone, you would think he had a lot cooler of a power than he actually has. You with just this alone. I don't know how I feel about the Ojiro with the tail.
I don't like it. I thought it was gonna be like a dark brown something, sort of like an actual animal's tail, but just
Yeah,
the skin color.
it's flesh colored, and that looks that looks really.
It's like another arm coming out of his lower back.
Yeah, yeah, that looks off. And then we got this adult-rated material right here to just have a full-on naked girl here.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like,
Like you can totally see. Well, you can't see anything on her because she's invisible.
yeah, but she's wearing nothing but gloves. That is.
I told you, man. Like maybe an invisible costume or something.
No, man, she is walking around butt naked. We have an exhibitionist here, and like nobody seems to want to say anything about it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Just a naked girl throwing up peace signs. God. Yeah.
We've all seen those videos.
Yeah. Nothing really much to say about these two. They don't. I don't know. I never really. These two characters don't have much going on for them yet in the manga or anywhere, so
Yeah.
they're okay.
Not quite a fan of the flesh color on that guy though.
Yeah. So notice a lot of flesh color on characters. I thought he would look more rocky.
In fact, aren't these all look very similar in color? These
Yeah,
flesh
no
tones.
skin tones.
Yeah.
No skin. Yeah, you're right. I did just notice that. They do all look like
The same complexion.
yeah, like no variation on race here, I suppose.
Yeah. Huh. You know, if there is one thing I wasn't really expecting, I wasn't really. When you read the manga, you don't really. I don't picture Deku's hair as green.
I always do.
Yeah.
Hold up. No. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, so yeah, I do always picture his hair as green. Like it looks. You know, after a while of reading a lot of manga and anime, you start to notice black and white as different colors, and I think they did it the way his hair is all blacked out. I kind of just imagined it as green. I never had really had a problem with that.
You know who you would never imagine has super green hair though?
Who?
Gone Freaks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that comes later. That comes later.
Yeah.
But next news story is actually we have. You know what time it could be?
No, actually, I don't.
It's time to. Did it.
Oh yeah.
So, we got some Yu-Gi-Oh news here, and that's coming from Shonen Jump. Looks Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna have two new. It's gonna be two new manga, two-part short manga that connects the end of Yu-Gi-Oh to the new movie that's gonna come out, The Dark Side of the Dimensions. Have you been following this at all?
Not. What do you mean the end of Yu-Gi-Oh?
The end of the original Yu-Gi-Oh run, Duel Monsters run.
Okay.
So it's gonna this two-part series is gonna come out, and I'm guessing it's gonna serve as a prequel to the movie and sort of like a epilogue to Yu-Gi-Oh, so it can connect these two things that's happening. Because I never read the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, but I watched the show, and I'm assuming at the end of the show, Pharaoh went back to sleep, and so far from what I've seen in this movie trailer, it doesn't. I haven't seen the Pharaoh. It looks like it's mainly just Yugi. So maybe the manga is gonna explain how the Pharaoh comes back, or I don't know. I really never read the manga. I don't know how the manga handled it.
Would you read the manga?
Probably not.
Where's
I mean,
your...
maybe I'll read this two-part that comes out. I'll read the two-parter and then watch the movie. Because I still enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh. I frequent as you know, I still dabble in the game a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You with your straight pendulums.
Don't you dare, don't put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil
Okay.
on me.
All right.
I will never use pendulums, ever.
I got you, man. I got you.
Gee, why? Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
But yeah, this seems like fairly good. I don't know if there's super like avid Yu-Gi-Oh manga fans out there, but this might be good news for them because I don't think there's been anything on this Yu-Gi-Oh storyline in a long time, and I mean a long time, probably years. But oh man, this brings us to the main story. Speaking of long breaks, long pauses, we're talking about HiatusXHiatus. It's coming back. I told you, you didn't believe me.
I told you, it's only like the teaser image, and now it's gonna go on another hiatus.
Don't say that, man. That's legitimately possible. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Hunter x Hunter is there's been officially
Or
announced.
Hunter Hunter.
Yeah, I always say Hunter X Hunter. I think that's pretty wrong. A lot of everybody else seems to say Hunter
Yeah,
Hunter.
I totally got out of the Hunter X thing a while ago.
Yeah, yeah, I still say Hunter X. Well, Hunter Hunter is coming back from hiatus. There will be new chapters will be coming out soon. And well, yay, yay, I guess, yay. It's good. It's a new
It's a
chapter.
good.
I like Hunter Hunter. It's a I got out of it just right now.
It's,
I like Hunter Hunter. It's a good series, but the scheduling then is ridiculous.
it's um for me, I enjoy Hunter Hunter. It's a big world. It's a smart show. It's super clever with its fighting. As a matter of fact, it's one of the few shonen series that doesn't start with a fight.
Yeah, it starts with an adventure, and it's
Well, no, I'm talking about like even in the first episode, there's not a fight. He's just fishing.
yeah, that's and it's a good series, but like I said, even when hearing this story, almost every comment, everybody's idea on this, it's all been the same. It's been like, oh yay, how many chapters do we get before it goes on hiatus again? Because it's guaranteed that it's gonna happen again. It's gonna go on break again for an indiscriminate amount of time. It's like uh, everybody knows it. It it's gonna come back. We're gonna get a few chapters. Even I even posted it on Facebook,
Yeah, you did.
betting, asking everybody how many they think is gonna. And my brother had the best response of saying it's
Yeah,
gonna go. It went on hiatus before I even shared the link.
yeah.
With- and it's sad that we make these jokes because it's a legitimately good series, and it's like it's hurting the fans to have to keep waiting this long. And you get one of three types of comments when anything Hunter x Hunter comes up. Either you get the fans who are very happy to get whatever scraps they get, and they go like, "Woohoo! I don't care. Give me a chapter. I'm happy with that." You get the camp I think I fall into, which is like we're we're happy, but like we know
Skeptical.
we're skeptical because we
Yeah.
know it's gonna come up again. We know there's gonna be another hiatus. We know like this current run isn't gonna last that long, and I don't know. But here's the last camp, which is well, not the last camp. There's two more. I'd say the next camp are those who are angry.
Angry.
These are like the guys going like, man, what? This is bullshit. Forget all this. I don't like all these breaks. I'm gonna drop this series. They never do.
You,
They threaten to drop it all the time. They never drop
I
it.
don't know. You drop a lot of stuff.
Man, I drop a lot of things for silly reasons. I'm a very impulsive reader. I drop things for silly reasons, but you get these. But these guys are angry because, and the reason they are angry is because the author is, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation going around about his author is Yoshihiro Tagashi, the same author Yu Yu Hakusho, and there's a lot of speculation going around that he every time he goes on hiatus, it's always because of his poor health, and
Oh.
that's all I ever heard, and I always go, oh well, that's too bad. He's sick. Yeah, I hope he feels better so I can get more of this amazing story. But other people have been told, and there are rumors going around that he's not that unhealthy. He's more lazy, and he's also addicted to playing Dragon Quest. This is the this is like the common accusations made towards him.
Is Dragon Quest a good game?
What? Does that really matter? Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest. How do you not even know about Dragon Quest?
I mean, I have a vague idea of what Dragon Quest is.
Yeah, and they it's most a lot of people would say a lot of people that are in the angry camp think that this guy is just a very lazy author who he doesn't really want to work. That he refuses to take on assistance, and that one is like he's an artist, so I can understand him not wanting any assistance to mess with his vision or something like that. That's understandable. But like if it is true that he's just taking these breaks and he's just like this lazy person, then if that's the case, I'd rather he just end the series.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hunter x Hunter has had a pretty long and successful run.
Yes.
Honestly, with the way the anime ended, the recent anime that this came from 2011, honestly, does that not feel complete to you?
I didn't watch the anime from 2011.
Get out. Okay, whatever. I don't want to. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, but the anime from 2011, honestly, that felt like a complete series. I had no problem with that. That seemed all right. And if that had been the end of Hunter x Hunter, no problem. I think a lot of people would have been okay with that being where it ended. We resolved a lot of loose ends. But then with the manga going on, it introduced a concept that was very new and very interesting. And it's like I would really like to see where that's going. But with this very slow progression, it's painful.
I actually don't mind it because I actually highly anticipate the return of Hunter x Hunter. Like I enjoyed Hunter x Hunter moderately as a series up until a certain point, like past the whole well past
Chimera
the
ants.
well yeah, past the Chimera Ants, definitely past Greed Island. But the introduction of their new world got me more hyped than any other series that has a new world series
Yeah,
arc because it's the most incredible new world I've ever seen.
it's legitimately interesting, right? It's I don't want to go into spoilers if you really want to find. I guess you can explain the basic concept.
All right, basically, the world of Hunter x Hunter is a parody of our world in geography and the names of their countries. However, the entirety of our world to them is nothing more than a group of islands in the middle of a giant lake surrounded on all sides by enormous continents of immeasurable danger, which is sort of similar to the thing that Toriko goes on if you're into that series.
Mhm.
But the
Yeah,
difference is that every when they talk about their new world, and maybe I'm getting a little too hyped because they always talk about it beforehand, but the things in this new world for Hunter x Hunter are legitimately exciting and worth going after. Like there's rocks that store enough electricity to power cities.
yeah.
There,
They make the reward worth the risk.
yeah, they're legit tangible things, and it's not just one thing you're going after like in Toriko or One Piece. It's an exciting new world with a lot of different possibilities and some monsters that are beyond like legitimately terrifying.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, nobody's saying Yoshihiro Togashi is not a good storyteller, not a good author. People are starting to question, however, his
Work ethic?
his work ethic, because it's one of two things. It's either he's sick or he's lazy. Now let's go with the if he is lazy route, and this is a hypothetical. I don't there's no way to know for sure because this is all happening in Japan. He works in Japan. There's no way any of us over here in America could fully understand what's going on over there. Even people living in Japan probably would never fully understand what's going on with him. Because from what I understand, Japanese culture isn't really all out with everybody's business. I don't think they use Twitter and all that stuff the same way we do to know what's going on with all their peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if going on the hypothetical that he's lazy and he's just gonna keep doing this no matter what, he's just gonna come out with a few chapters then go away. If that's the case, I would rather this series end, in all honesty. Because, like I said, the 2011 anime, I feel put a pretty nice bow on the story. If you watched that anime alone and never even knew there was a manga, you would be satisfied. You would be very satisfied because it's a complete story, all wrapped up neatly. And I would rather it end rather than this author continually just to jerk the fan base around with promises of these new stuff that he will never really get delivered to us in time.
Well, maybe I'm not like as deep. Maybe I don't feel the same way because I legitimately enjoy the series. I wouldn't say I'm a member of the fan base, so that's probably where I fall into like an odd space. But I see what you're saying, and to those I say, hey, suck it up. It's a good series.
Dang. Oh, I did notice I did forget the last camp of fans.
What?
The last camp is the defenders of the author, and you know how defenders are on the internet.
They're attackers.
Their defenders are attackers, exactly.
Yeah.
So these are the people that just respect his work, put him all overall, and they completely throw out the notion that he is lazy. They stay with the sick idea, and anytime anybody brings up his laziness, they just get super offensive. Like, if you don't like it, don't read it. And I don't know. I guess I'm more hostile towards those types of people because they always come in more aggressive
No,
than
yeah.
they need to be. But hey, That's how it is. I mean, it's Hunter x Hunter. Thank God. Thank God I never got into Berserk. Because that's a whole. That's a whole nother. That one, I'm not even going to touch that. If anybody out there is reading Berserk, I'm sorry. Like, I apologize for you. Sit tight. You may want to write it in your will that you want your son or any of your descendants to continue reading the series in your stead, because it may not happen in your lifetime. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, let's move. Moving on from that, let's
Moving
go
on, indeed,
to
yes.
another series that I
Segment.
would rather end.
Oh, what? Oh,
Um.
oh,
All right, so
really?
it's official. It's officially been announced that Boruto, the Naruto spin-off manga about Naruto's son, launches on May 9th, and he gets his own spin-off manga with his own adventures and yan and dad a bad. I don't care.
You actively dislike this?
I listen. I just talked. We like this is basically what I'm talking about. I would rather something end than it be dragged along. I don't like when things drag along. Like Naruto's over in my eyes.
Naruto should act. We both know Naruto should have been over before it ended. You
Yeah,
know,
even before it ended, it should have been. It dragged on a little bit longer with the extra story with Kaguya. That was. She felt out of nowhere, out of the blue.
she was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Actually.
and I don't. I'm done. Naruto's over. I liked it. I like Naruto. It's a good series. I enjoyed it, and I want to enjoy it in my memory now. I want it to be a memory. I want it to be something that I want, like maybe some time down the line, I will go back to it, and I'll reread it. I'll remember all these good times I've had. That's what I want from Naruto. I do not want this continuation and these spin-offs and this extension and all this crap. Like, it's just no. I don't care. The Naruto story's over. And in fact, what could it possibly even be about? What could Boruto possibly be doing that is so
No,
exciting?
you see, you're kind of missing the point. Yusuf, it's more like it's more like an entirely new series. You know, it's okay. How do I put this? All right, you read Naruto. We watched Naruto. Everyone knows and adores Naruto. We know literally everything there is to know about Naruto.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
It's
so,
done.
so just
No,
because you
no, no.
okay.
Here's the thing. Boruto, like, I watched the Boruto movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not.
I told you no. I'm not indulging in any
Okay,
spin-offs.
I see. Um, if you did, you would know. Well, for most part, Naruto's changed. Like his character is entirely different. He's gone from
He's an adult. He grew up. I'll accept that.
yeah, he's gone from irresponsible child and teenager to just well, yeah, irresponsible child to just straight up irresponsible father, and
Mm.
not irresponsible adult. I mean like irresponsible father.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good.
Well,
But
come on, it's shown deadbeat dad is a trope. That
yeah,
has to be a part of
I
it.
mean at least he's in his son's life.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Boruto is I'm just taking it as a different series entirely because it's not like we have well, I don't know if Kaguya or Orochimaru or anybody's coming back to like be. I hope they don't, but if there's a new threat to the world that they've created, I would like to figure out exactly what it is. And I do think it would be pretty cool to see how the next generation utilizes the abilities they've inherited from their clans and their families and their whatever.
All right. Here's the thing. You just brought up the villains and
Yeah.
stuff. All right. Here's my problem with that. Not it's gonna be bullshit. There is no reason. I'm talking about zero reason. Any villain, any bad guy, anybody with the slightest bit of evil intentions would not be completely stomped out by either Naruto or Sasuke at this point because those guys are so powerful that it makes no sense that they would ever have a problem. The only thing I can see possibly happening is it's going to be some small threat. It's going to be like, oh man, these guys are a danger, but they're not a danger to the world. And it's going to be like, oh, okay, let's send the kids after them because we don't need to get involved. Or they're going to pull the old bullshit, this old card. Oh, the most powerful people were sealed away. They lost their powers, and we have to go on a mission to rescue them and get their powers
I
back.
legitimately hope that's not the case.
That's the only time I can see a conflict. The only other thing they could do with the story, if they want to, it's an action series. They have to have action set pieces. If they don't want to endanger the world or do anything big with major villains, guess it's just going to be their day-to-day life, or maybe redo some shonen exams with some infighting. And that would be acceptable. But I'm still not going to read it because I just want to be done. I want it to be in my memories. I
Oh,
want to have good memories of Naruto, not slightly polluted memories of this franchise that kept going way too long. And also, are you aware of what's going on with the anime right now with Naruto?
they're from what I remember, they're in the dream arc where they're all in the plant and they're reviewing. It's like from what I've seen of it, it all seems like super weird fan fiction.
Yes, it's they're basically on filler. They've been on filler for a while
It's
now.
Naruto, you know.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
but like, come on, the manga's over, guys. You can wrap it up. But
Tell that
they've
to
been,
the studio.
yeah, they've been on filler for like a legit while now, and it's like flashbacks and basically fan fiction. You're right, it's kind of fan fiction.
It's fantasy.
Just these what if stories they're writing over and over again, and it's. Uh, and let me, you know what?
Yeah, in fact, I was stumbling through YouTube just one day. Like, I don't watch. I stopped watching Naruto a while ago just because I didn't really have the time for it. So I just stumbled into like clips of a recent episode on YouTube. Naruto was training with Minato, and Sasuke's dad was alive, and they both learned their techniques at a super young age. And I was like, wait, it's just all happening so fast, and I can't follow.
I
What?
remember I didn't even click on any episodes. I remember I saw a clip. It was like of Nagato and all, and they were just around. The Akatsuki were guess what these band of mercenaries in the world. They weren't really bad guys, and I was just like, oh my goodness, you guys, y'all just went straight to fanfiction.net and like and just and just started picking. Or maybe there was somebody there who was like, man, I would love it if Naruto did this and this, and then it's like, no.
Actually, now that you mention it, I am wondering one thing. You know how Kaguya's plan spread out and grabbed every living thing, right?
Yeah,
And put them into a hallucination, right?
yeah.
Do you think it was able to grab Hedon? Or do you think Hedon just died of malnutrition already?
Hedon didn't die. Hedon doesn't. He's not going to die. That was the point, right?
Well, yeah, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Hedon doesn't die. You know what I was always. You know, this is still disappoints me when what's his name, Kazuki,
Kakuzu?
Kakuzu. When Kakuzu came back, he did not go back and find Hedon and stitch her body back together. That'd have been cool.
Well, they were like
That
miles away, weren't they?
Yeah, but that would have been a good way to tie that up, because Hedon is still. He's technically at least. Ooh, maybe he's coming back for Boruto. Oh.
Or Shikadai. Ooh.
Oh no, whatever. All right. All right, man. Let's move on to the next segment.
All right,
Talk about something great. It's time off with pay.
with pay.
With pay.
That's what I said.
That is what I said.
No, what? Wait,
Yeah, exactly.
dick.
I confused you. Okay. Today we want to do you. We're gonna do you guys. We're about to do you guys an amazing favor. Cause
From behind.
what?
What?
Shut up. Stop being weird. But we're about to do you guys an amazing favor because I guarantee you, if you had never heard of this, never even seen it, I'm doing you a huge favor because I'm about to let you be exposed to this for the first time ever.
That
I am.
is, yeah, that's true. It's totally worth it.
It's worth it. And like, listen to me. No matter what even if I don't convince you through here, just search it, Google it or something. Take a peek at the first chapter. I guarantee you, if you are a fan of
You're gonna
shonen,
like the way it looks.
All right, enough beating around the bush. Today on Time Off with Pay, we're talking about Kongou Banchou.
Or I think it's Diamond Delinquent in English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Diamond. Yeah, Diamond Delinquent. It's Diamond Delinquent. Kongou Banchou is a shonen manga written and drawn by Suzuki Nakaba. Suzuki Nakaba was the same author of Seven Deadly Sins, so if you're a fan, definitely go back and look that up. It was published from November 2017 to February 2010 in Shonen Sunday, the same as Seven Deadly Sins. It has 12 volumes and 114 chapters. There is no anime, but
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, you know how these
Like
things are.
highly unfortunately.
Very unfortunately, like this series has amazing over. Like, let me say, man, Like I'm talking about man. Even the women are womans. Like mans. It is the one of the manliest series I've ever. Like just you can see the main character. You're looking at him right
Like
now.
you will read it and you will go through puberty again.
Yeah. Is it your balls will drop, women, your ovaries will grow. I'm telling you, it is this manly, amazing show, and honestly, it's ridiculous and full. Like, please do not go into this for the story, please, please, please.
Well, even then,
Even yeah,
the story holds up fine.
you're gonna get some genuine enjoyment out of it, but I'm saying do not go into this with high expectation of this great storytelling. The story is just an excuse for these fights, honestly.
I'd say the story follows a very, it's just straightforward, arc to arc, no deep, meaningful link between them really, no hardcore underlying plot, just random facts you need every now and again, and even sometimes facts you don't need.
Yeah,
But
there's sometimes you don't need to know why these two people are fighting. You just know somebody's a good guy, somebody's a bad guy, or somebody's getting in somebody else's way. And the simplest, honestly, the best way to summarize the story is: all right, we have our main character,
Kongo Akira,
Kongou Akira, who is our titular Kongou Banchou.
a living juggernaut.
Yeah, he's just this. He's just he looks intimidating, looks tough, but he's a genuine nice guy. And like he moves to this place.
It sounds like a trope you've heard before,
Yeah,
but it's not. It is not.
Well, he just he comes to this, transfers to this new high school where there's this system set in place about about 23 districts. Each district has its own bancho, which is like the delinquent gang leader. Each bancho has special, unique abilities and skills, and it's just the fight to see who's the best of the best. And that's the simplest summary I can give because honestly, I don't want to go too deep into it because there is so much else. There's other things to talk about outside of the story.
The I'd say we start with the art style and character design.
All right. All right. Same creator of Seven Deadly Sins, as you see, and this is earlier on, so this is just more. Most of the characters in this series you're gonna see are the manly build, strong, muscular giants, a lot disproportionate, like not realistic. You're not gonna see these are not people you can ever see walking around on the streets, and it's basically done. The designs are all, how do you call it?
Carried over.
Not carried over. A lot of character designs or character ideas you might see again in Seven Deadly Sins. Like if you read Seven Deadly Sins and come back to read Kongou Banchou, you will see a lot of some repetition. Like Hikyo Bancho definitely could have served as their motivation for Ban.
Yeah, Sasori Bancho could have probably been Matrona.
I don't know about that. I'd say definitely Gokuri Bancho.
Yeah, Goriki Bancho.
Goriki Bancho
Definitely
is definitely
Elaine.
Elaine. Like that looks like just redrawn over again. and you see there's Toya. It looks like Guilt Thunder.
Oh yeah, even down to the hair color.
Yeah. So you can see there's a lot of it's the same character design. This one focuses more. I think Seven Deadly Sins have a lot more sleeker and feminine looking characters, while Kongou Bancho has a lot more masculine looking characters.
Yeah.
So, but from there, what really makes Kongou Bancho such a good series is it's just the absurdity of like the abilities. I think the author does this
I
well.
wouldn't even say abilities. I
Not
would
even-
say skills.
Skills.
Yes.
The author does this well. You see it in Seven Deadly Sins too, of like powers and skills that people have are always varied, and it always creates for these very unique fight scenes. Even though a lot of the times Kongou Bancho just ends up to being fist fights, there are some very creative scenes and very creative like scenarios. Like I think there was the the slime guy.
Oh yeah, that was.
It was interesting.
It was creative. I don't know how it's physically possible, but it's creative.
And that's the other thing. That's why I'm saying do not pay too much attention with the story because this is supposed, for the most part, is supposed to be our world. Yeah. So
there was the part where EI Bancho was fighting people and he didn't want to see their nudity, so he kind of cut his own eyes.
Yeah, and it was like. And then, like, later on, they
were fine.
Yeah, just, like, high heels. There's the, going back to Gokuri Bancho, she has a real condition. I forgot the name of the condition. Hold up. Stall for me, man. Stall for me.
Okay. Relax.
I have to go look up this, because she has a real condition that exists in the real world, but the way the manga Like he describes it, it's not the real. That's not at all how that works.
Yeah, there's this what was it? Who's the I can't remember his name right now, but he's basically a Buddhist monk Bancho.
Nenbutsu,
Yeah,
Nenbutsu Bon,
Nenbutsu Bancho, who
who's
can swell out his stomach to like ridiculous proportions.
yeah, he has like these what do you call them?
He has a giant
Like
diaphragm.
giant, which is yeah, it's exaggerated for the sake of manga, but
Yeah, it works.
yeah, well, yeah, I can't really find out what her, but it's some kind of weird muscle condition that exists in real life, but in the manga they use it to define her as having this indestructible skin and all that stuff. She's
Yeah,
basically Power Man.
yeah,
She has the super strong, indestructible skin, and yes, definitely Elaine. Like that is
yeah.
just straight up Elaine, no matter
Watch
how
it.
you look at it.
Watch Elaine do this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, Elaine has been showing off recently in the
with her pure muscular strength, though. Come
no
on.
no no,
Yeah.
but but yeah, man, Congo Bancho is. I will say, towards the end, there was a lot of like quick wrap ups.
Yeah.
Like it felt like they were trying to end the story. Kind of had a rushed-ish ending because a lot.
That's where I had to disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, I'd say it was paced out just fine. You know.
It was paced out from arc to arc. There was always very little that transitions us from arc to arc. It was just um, we fight this group. Oh, okay, that group is defeated. This new group comes in. It's your basic anime. It's the whole, you defeated me, but I am only the weakest of the four heavenly kings. And then you have to fight. And then he was like, you defeated the heavenly kings, but the heavenly kings were only the servants of the 12 powerful divas. Or you defeated the divas, but they serve Lord Himeas. Like, stuff like that. Of just you defeat one group of bad guys just to move on to the next group of bad guys.
Right.
Sometimes gaining new allies along the way.
That,
But towards the end, I felt they rushed in. There was like just this surge of bonchos. We didn't really get to see what they were able to do. They just seemed like,
well, I mean, they were a lot of fan-made ponchos.
yeah, they were fan made. So it felt like the author just threw them. The author got these fan suggestions, threw them into the story as a thank you to the fans, and those characters didn't really get to fight much. They were just like fodder. They were basically
Yeah.
just somebody for our main characters to knock over real fast.
Yeah. And I don't mind that so much because it's not like the author just went through and picked the ones whose powers sounded coolest. They went through and picked the ones that looked the coolest.
Yeah, because honestly, what I remember always seemed like a wasted potential was Oru Bancho, which is like
Oro.
Oro Bancho, which is like this wolf guy, and he seemed like he had a lot going on, but I don't know, it felt like it wasn't expanded upon. But like I said, it wasn't for the story. He has a cool design, had a cool fight scene, and that's basically what it's all about. And I'll guarantee you, no matter how ridiculous, like how well your mind is prepared for like ridiculous fight scenes, the last fight, you are not ready. I guarantee you that you are not ready. The last fight between our main character and his
And
brother, because of course the final villain is his brother.
there's no spoiler warning there. No need for it.
Come on, man. is just it is just like the most over the top. It does that one thing I think we've all imagined in our head as adolescents of like this one thing that would be crazy to happen in a fight. It does it. I think some of you have it in the back of your mind. You just don't know what it is, and I don't want to spoil what it is. Read it. Read that final fight. You will see the thing he does, and your mind will forever be changed on what is possible.
Now I'm not going to tell you all its Gurren Lagann ending levels of crazy, but it does its best to get as close as physically possible.
Okay, it's Gurren Lagann on Earth. Like
Yeah.
they don't go out into the galaxy. It's Gurren Lagann on Earth, but it does do something on Earth that I'm pretty sure a lot of us have thought about before. Like anime fans, manga fans, we've thought about this thing ridiculously enough in our head.
Yeah.
But let me, aside from that, let me talk about one of my favorite, because the core of Congo Bancho is the Banchos, the gang leaders, these masters. That's the core of the series. That's
Right.
basically what we're there for. It's
Yeah.
their skills, their personality, how they interact, how they fight. And my favorite of all these Banchos.
Don't say it, dude.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I don't. It's a bit. I understand it may be blasphemous, but I will talk about my Lord and Savior, Robot Jesus. Robot Jesus. or in the show as they call him, Machine Bancho. But he's Robot Jesus.
Yeah.
Machine Bancho was amazing, man.
Machine Bancho was amazing.
Yeah, he was so. Oh my goodness. First of all, his introduction was awesome because he just kind of came in and gave the main character his first loss. That's awesome.
Like, literally, technically killed him.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you cut your eyes one chapter, they heal the next chapter. We forget about it. Nobody's asking questions. Nobody's asking questions in the world of Kongou Banchou. But Machine Bancho is amazing. Not only is he one of the most powerful, but he's actually one of the more cooler characters. Like, he starts off with the whole emotionless robot just following orders, but like his development is very interesting. And yes, and I do call him Robot Jesus because he died for our sins. That's why I call him Robot Jesus. He died for our sins, and he was resurrected on the third day. I don't think it was the third day.
Shut your mouth, dude.
But yeah, Machine Bancho was amazing. That's my favorite.
Sort of a little arbitrary to give a robot glasses, but
Hey, man, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, nobody's questioning it. Nobody asks questions in the world of Kongou Banchou.
yeah, don't ask questions.
In fact, one of the most repeated lines you will ever hear in this series is "Don't sweat the small stuff," which is spoken by like 4 characters as their catchphrase.
Yeah. And if you want to know why you shouldn't sweat the small stuff, just know that I don't care.
Yeah.
And that we'll handle this properly.
Man.
Actually, if I were going to give my favorite character, I would have to say it's a character called Masamune Gokuro, who is the servant of Goriki Bancho. I'm not going to tell you why, but you will find out why.
Mhm.
And if you are a Seven Deadly Sins fan, yes, that is very clearly
Escanor.
Escanor.
Right
I
there.
had to have it pointed out to me, but yes.
That is Escanor. He's basically Escanor. And it's weird when you notice stuff like that when you see authors' previous work and you see like characters and ideas that they just really that you can tell they just really like because they just keep carrying over from series to series.
Right.
So, but yeah, Kongou Banchou is fun, like legitimately fun.
It's stupid fun, but not stupid in an insulting way.
Yeah, it's not out to insult anybody's intelligence. It's telling you, and it's not saying like, oh, this doesn't make any sense, so I'm not gonna bother explaining it. It's saying, listen, man, this doesn't make any sense, man. Why bother explaining it? Let's just have fun. It's like you're on a roller coaster ride, and it's why would you be worried about other small things along the way?
I wouldn't say a roller coaster ride
roller coaster
as much as a really fun bullet train.
Yeah. Or maybe a bounce house or something like that.
Like a bullet train, you see where you're going, you're getting there fast, and you're having fun getting there fast. A bullet train with no roof.
Yeah, it's crazy fun, dude, but don't sweat the small stuff, man. That you're gonna hear that line so many times. It's gonna be ridiculous. Oh yeah, apparently, and here's something I did learn from Kongou Banchou: speech patterns are hereditary. Like, apparently, if you have a kid, you never raise the kid, you never see the kid, never talk to the kid, he will inherit your speech patterns, no matter what. So if you say don't sweat the small stuff a lot, your kid will say don't sweat the small stuff a lot. Like somehow he'll just know. Like that's something he can say.
How'd you know not to sweat the small stuff, Billy? My blood told me.
It's in my blood not to sweat the small stuff. Don't you worry about it, Ma. But all right, man. Let's move on to our rating. And I think should we explain the rating first, or
Yeah.
all right. So the way we do ratings around here, we go on a 7-star system. 7 stars, 7 Dragon Balls. You guys know it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys know it. If you're watching this and you don't know Dragon Ball Z, sorry.
Welcome to your first anime. Weird choice you selected us for Kongou Banchou, but
yeah,
hey,
Kongou
we welcome you just the same.
Yeah, start out with Kongou Banchou into the world of anime. That's I think actually that's a good idea. Your first experience with anime and manga being Kongou Banchou. Well, you'll be prepared for anything.
You want to watch Naruto? Nah, man, that's too advanced for you.
You're ready. But all right, 7-star system. 7 being the best, 1 being the worst. I'm saying, just for the shorthand, we're saying 1 would be something that's completely awful, not even worth your time.
Yeah.
We'll say 2 is a waste of time, is generic, but not the worst thing out there.
Right.
3 is not a waste of your time, but we're not really talking about good stuff here. 4 is average, maybe a guilty pleasure or so, something that would be a 3 that gets bumped because it's just enjoyable.
Right.
5 is enjoyable, but it's good enough to overlook the problems.
Yeah.
Let's say 6. That's the top tier, not top tier stuff. Our Naruto's, One Piece, and all that stuff. Yeah, I think you can get the idea. And
Things that are great but still have their
they have
flaws.
problems.
Yeah.
And 7 is pure perfection.
Maybe not the most fun, or maybe not even your favorite series.
Series,
Maybe
but
not ours, but
So something you acknowledge as doing their good work, and the example I always use for this is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because I do believe that is a fairly perfect series.
it is
And
not the most fun series.
It's not
it-
even my favorite series, but
It is the perfect series.
it's done very well, and I don't think I've ever ran into somebody that disagrees on that regard.
Actually, I did once meet someone who said that they preferred the original Full Metal Alchemist to Brotherhood.
Tell that person to get out. I don't even know get out of what. That's always my. Anytime somebody says that, I just tell them to get out, but I don't know what I'm telling them to get out of. Just get out. But with that scale, I would personally give Kongou Banchou a 5.
Wow, really?
Yes, really. I really enjoy Kongou Banchou. It's very enjoyable enough for me to overlook all that stuff, like all the silliness, all the nonsense, like fighting rules that makes no real sense, all the ass pulls, because the main character is gonna win at the end, doesn't matter. But it's enjoyable. I've never had all the fight scenes are amazing, and it's such a shame that it wasn't an anime, because I would really have loved to see
I would
those
have
animated.
watched the crap out of it.
I would rewatch those over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, if Kongou Banchou had an anime, it would be on the list. It would be on top 10 fight lists constantly.
And you wind up on Watch Mojo, wondering if Kongo Akira could beat Saitama in a fight.
That is funny. That is actually a legit question.
But we know the answer.
Yeah, we all know the answer. Saitama is a little too strong, but Kongo Akira is a good contender.
Yeah.
For that, he's a good. Let's
So-
put him in the line.
Kongo Akira versus All Might then?
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
That would be a really good one. Get on it, Death Battle, with your obscure love of anime that we all know that you have. All right, so what would you give it?
I would actually have to go higher than you and give it a 6.
Whoa! I thought I was being generous.
Whoa, wait, you thought you were being generous?
No, well, I thought I was being normal. It
Yeah.
definitely. I feel it definitely deserves a 5.
But here's why I'm thinking of why I gave it a 6. Kongou Banchou is a simple fun, like we said. It's not demanding a whole lot of you, but it gets super creative. Like, no one in this series, as hard as it is to believe with how far they stretch and push it sometimes with their genetic modifications
Mhm.
and their scientific cyborgs and
He's like,
whatnot,
mhm.
no one has a superpower. Everyone has legit human
Well,
not legit
with
human
humans,
capabilities,
but they're all based in human.
yeah, and they're not trying to convince you that there's no magic, there's nothing to.
Well, there is.
Oh yeah, there's
Tech-
that one guy.
Yeah, and technically, the Banchos are a different species. Technically,
Yeah.
but again, that's deep into the story that you'll find out. You'll find out.
But even with what we told you all today, there's a lot to the series to enjoy. The absolute absurdity of the plot, the fights, the characters, and their designs is just incredible. They're super creative, like I told you already. Sometimes things are simple, but sometimes they take not too dramatic turns, but things you can find enjoyment in, and you're happy to learn the facts, and you're not sitting through things. Oh, and it doesn't give you those super long 50 chapter flashbacks.
Oh, flashbacks, or like it doesn't give you like super long cooldown periods either. In most battle series, after they finish beating the big bosses, you'll have
Yeah.
like 10 or so chapters of them doing almost nothing
Yeah.
just to cool down. Kongou Banchou doesn't do. It's not that it's saying it doesn't give you a break, but it doesn't give you long breaks because it knows what you're here for.
Yeah, you're here for some dumb,
Awesome
awesome
fights
fights
and-
with
I mean-
with guys with big muscles punching each other.
Yeah, you don't need the beach episode or the or the it's school exam. I think they did have a test taken episode, which was pretty funny. But yeah, and then then it's also funny. So it's they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
That was never a thing.
Yeah.
But so you give it a 6?
Yeah, what 6 Dragon Balls?
6 Dragon Balls? Oh man, that's almost a wish.
Yeah.
I'll give it 5. uh, which is this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think these are fair ratings. I wouldn't disagree with you either. But saying on that, for those two of you that have read Kongou Banchou already and are looking for something else, we do have some recommendations for you. And I'm gonna cheat a little here because this isn't normally when I come into recommendation. I'd like to pick something a little less known, but I'd say if you enjoy Kongou Banchou or if anything Kongou Banchou seems interesting to you, then I highly recommend you catch the new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable coming out this spring. It is very close to in terms of absurdity, in terms of manly fights. It's
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre
Well,
Adventure
as
got you.
manly as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure can
Listen,
get.
man, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so manly that it goes all the way around, almost hits feminine, and then breaks that bar and is back up to manly again. That's how manly JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is. Okay, don't let anybody ever tell you different. So yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable comes out this spring. If you like these sort of manly, all-out nonsense fight shows, that's for you.
Hey, you like guys with muscles punching each other? I've got a
Yeah.
series with guys with muscles punching and kicking and grappling and throwing weapons at each other that you would love to enjoy. A little
Yeah.
bit of a cheat too. It was a little popular in its. It was pretty popular in its time. I would have to recommend Kenichi. Yeah, I know
Mm.
you're not a giant fan of the fan service and obligatory nudity that sometimes pops up.
Sometimes.
That always pops up.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even gonna front with that.
Yeah,
It
it
always happens.
always happens.
But once you get, if you can stomach and weather through all that, it's actually an awesome fight series where different exaggerations are taken on legitimately modern martial arts, some ancient martial arts, in creative ways and action sequences that the anime captured all right, and that the manga captured surprisingly well. Like most things you would see in a how to do kung fu flip book or practice guide you picked up at your local library are actually carried out and transitioned very well in a way that's easy to follow, and even in ways that aren't easy to follow, it's super enjoyable. Like people throwing each other without even touching them, or knocking someone, or being knocked out for a fraction of a second and admitting you lost a fight. That type of awesome hardcore action stuff, if that's what you love, I would recommend checking out History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi.
Mm, all right, I'm not gonna deny Kenichi's action set pieces. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair. So now it's time for
It is time for.
what do you call it? Well, it's done with that. So Kongou Banchou, definitely check it out. Same creator of Seven Deadly Sins, 114 chapters. So it's a long read, but if get started, take it in stride. I guarantee you, if this like sounds like your thing, then I guarantee you that it's your thing, and you will enjoy it all the way through.
Like you will enjoy it. You'll enjoy it as you read it. You'll stop reading it. You'll go back to watching other manga, and then you'll realize just how much you loved Kongou Banchou.
Yeah, it's a real like even upon reflecting on it now, there are some things that I forgot, and like talking about it again is
Get-
bringing up gets you excited.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, we both talked about our favorite characters. You will have a favorite Bancho.
Oh, you will have.
You will have a favorite Bancho. I don't even want to spoil it, but there's dinosaur Banchos in there.
Yeah.
So just know you have a lot of range to choose from.
Yeah, you do.
All right, man.
All right,
So
next up
now,
would be the performance review, wouldn't it?
it is time for a performance review. It's time for your performance review, actually,
All right.
because all right. So here's the part where we just go online, do a quick little Google search, and just type in any anime type quiz. Today we have let's see, what is this? Hold up, I gotta trying to find the name so I know what we're doing here. All right, it's an
Navigate.
anime character name quiz. So it's pretty simple. We have 10 questions here.
Super generic.
Yeah, super generic guy. How do you feel about this? Do you feel like you know enough anime character names?
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Hold up, I'm trying to get this thing to load right, and we're having some technical difficulties.
Some
Let's
technical difficulties.
play the music.
And we're back.
Wow. Okay, that's all it took. I'm sorry for my incompetence.
Yeah.
All right, so we have an anime character name quiz. So I will be posting the images, so don't worry. So who is this? Is it Mai, Chio, Lucy, or Henri?
Clearly, that's a Chio.
That's a Chio.
That's a Chio.
You're gonna go with Chio.
I'm going with Chio.
You sure?
I'm going with Chio Yusuff.
All right. For the record, I feel like I know. All right. So okay, it's one of
Oh,
those. You have to
okay.
wait. You have to wait until the end for the results. Oh, this is gonna be even more fun. All right. So who is this? Naruto, Masaomi, Shiryu, or Melodious?
Okay, I know for a fact that this is the guy, the blonde-haired guy from Durara.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, so, dang, the name's escaping me. I will go with Shizuo.
You better not have said Naruto. Oh, wow, this is easy. Who is this?
This is
Ren, Etona, Nano, or Ryuk?
Ryuk.
Yeah, that was way too easy.
Yeah, way too easy.
Oh, okay. Who is this? Satsuki, Miyuki, Juvia, or Asuna?
I'm going with Miyuki.
Man, you're gonna be so Ah, come on, you know this one.
Yeah.
Who is this? Ritsu, Nico Robin, Celti, or Juvia? It also doesn't help that the other names they use
Are
are
just
so easy to
yeah.
not guess.
It's Ritsu.
Ah,
Yeah.
dang it. Do we have a hard one? Ah, come on.
One
This
of
is way too easy.
this
Who
is
is
an absolute
this?
guilty pleasure.
Stockin, Kay, Scanty, or Sakura? Well, don't use two people from the same show.
Yeah, no, I was just stalking.
Ah, come on, hard one.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it!
Yeah.
Who is this? Kanota, Nagisa, Sinon, or Yoko? You know what? Actually, I don't know the answer to this question. I never watched this.
It's Sinon.
Is Sinon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going with you're gonna. Ah!
Oh.
Ooh! Do you not know? I don't think you know.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness, you don't know. Yes, this is awesome. You're gonna look like such an idiot. Who is this? Kanaki, Migi, Shinichi, or Urza?
Okay, just so you guys have an idea, it's the little
I
hand
know.
thing from
They'll
Parasite.
see it. They'll see
Yeah,
it.
but
You know what's funny? Technically, you could get away with another answer here, but
uh,
it's definitely the one thing. Come
I'm
on.
going to guess Miggy.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Final answer.
Click it, Yusuf.
Okay. Oh, who is this?
Oh.
This guy. I know this guy's name. I didn't watch it. I saw the first 2 episodes. Izaya, Deckham, Gray, or Karma?
Tag.
Look at
You
his
know, you
hair.
could-
It's gray.
Yeah, you could almost say he's Walter though, from this picture.
You know, he looks like a bunch of other guys. He looks like the guy from Mushishi too.
Oh
This
yeah,
character does-
yeah.
This character is type is used a lot.
But I'm gonna go with Deckham.
Ooh, you sure?
Yeah,
All
he looks
right.
like a Deckham.
Ah, and then okay, well let's go with the question anyways. Who is this? Ringo, Misty, Nami, or Maka?
Clearly, that's not me.
You sure it's not Misty?
Well, now that you mention it, it could even be Ringo.
Yeah. Oh well, that sucked. Wow. Well, you got a 90%, 9 out of 10, and I will tell you the one you missed
Who?
was the first one.
Yeah.
Who
Okay.
was my?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, looks like you did pretty well there. For 90%, that's an A.
Yeah, we're total nerds now.
Yeah. Weren't we before? we weren't before.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's the show.
Hopefully we'll be back soon with some more stuff for you guys.
Remember to do all the things that every other YouTube video ever has ever told you to do. You know, the like, the subscribe, the share.
But here's what you do. You like in private, just enjoy it by yourself. You can subscribe if you want, share with your friends by word of mouth, not via Facebook like a douchebag, and
Oh, don't be that guy.
and comment, but keep your comments to like your circle and to yourself, don't
Right, keep your comments to yourself. How does that work? Yeah, exactly. Well, feel free to comment, ask anything. I'll be checking up on it frequently, so
Yeah.
ask whatever you want down there.
We'll
Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
All right.
And peace. Set out the ABC. We don't listen to 1, 2, 3s. It's like no, I don't know what song I'm singing.
Yeah, I don't know what song you're singing either. Yeah.
You know what? Know
Yeah.
what?
What?
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. All right. I guess I'll get to the. Oh my goodness. This is the horrors of having a slow computer. And no, I do not want you, Windows 10. Would you please get out of my face, Windows 10? I do not want you.
I don't want. I don't. Oh, dude.
What I want, but I don't need you.
All right.
This is so unfortunate what's happening right now.
I know it's so bad. Um.
I probably will have to cut this all out because this is
Yeah.
just so unfortunate. Why would you do this now of all
Okay.
times?
How's this?
Let me see, let me see, let me see. Because here's our problem. Mm, all right.
Okay. How's this? How's this? How would we start with this?